Jordan was an assassin.
It was a different level. He was an absolute different level.
It was hands down Mike.
Wasn't close.
He was the Shaq of shooting guards. Put people in the seats, because Michael will do that, but his skill level was so far ahead of everyone else. I'm going with MJ.
But what about me that you guys don't know? I got two brothers, James and Larry. 5'4", 5'5" in height. They gave me all I could ever ask for as a brother in terms of competition. You know, you would think that, my brother Larry is a ideal situation where small things come in small packages. This dude fought me every single day.
Every era has legends. But once in a lifetime, someone comes along who doesn't just play the game. He redefines it. Michael Jordan wasn't chasing greatness. He was chasing something deeper, something spiritual. His story didn't start under bright lights or roaring crowds. It started in the quiet, where failure stung and dreams fell too far. The boy who was once told he wasn't good enough became the man who refused to let the world write his ending. When he was cut from his high school team, most would have walked away. But Jordan turned rejection into obsession. Every shot he missed, every game he lost became fuel. He didn't cry over the pain. He trained through it. He turned heartbreak into hunger, and that hunger, that relentless fire, became the heartbeat of basketball itself. Because when Michael Jordan stepped on the court, you could feel it. You could feel the story of a man who had been broken, rebuilt, and reborn in his own swing. People talk about talent, but they forget about torment. Jordan wasn't the strongest or tallest. He was the most willing to sacrifice, to bleed, to give everything for that moment where preparation meets destiny. When the clock went down and the pressure broke lesser man, Jordan thrived. Because pressure didn't scare him, it shaped him. Every time he fell, he stood taller. Every loss sharpened his weapon. He played every game like it was his last, with the eyes of a man who had already lived through pain and refused to be denied again. The air seemed different when he moved, as if gravity itself gave him permission to rise. And when he took flight, the world paused. For a second, it wasn't about basketball. It was about what's possible when the human spirit refuses to settle. Behind the glory was an obsession most will never understand. The endless mornings, the silent workouts, the invisible wars fought in his mind. Jordan didn't seek perfection, he demanded it. Not from others, but from himself. Because he believed if he gave less than everything, he didn't deserve the result. That's what separated him. Not the dunks, not the rings, but the discipline to become unstoppable. And yet, even at the top, there was no peace. Because greatness does not rest. It whispers, it haunts, it calls for more. Even when there's nothing left to prove. That's the paradox of a champion's heart. It never truly wins. It just keeps beating towards the mountain. Jordan wasn't playing against others. He was playing against the limits of human will. Michael Jordan's legacy isn't measured in numbers. It's measured in impact. In every kid who picks up a basketball, believing that maybe, just maybe, they can be more than what life told them to be. The heart of a champion does not fade when the lights go out. It echoes through generations. His was a heart that refused to quit, refused to break, and refused to be ordinary. And even now, when the game slows and the legends fade, his heart still beats. Because greatness never dies. So I'd like to thank each and everyone for tuning in the Hoop Nostalgia. Leave a comment, like, or subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And even if you didn't, thank you for tuning in.